You know, I bet most of you watching right now have played with little green army men, or spent hours setting up complex battles, imitating explosion noises. But you could throw those right in the garbage. It's 2002, baby. The GameCube just spawned the next generation of playing with army men. Men RTS. In this real-time strategy game, you're no longer limited by your mom's wallet, but instead by the number of household objects you're willing to melt down into the lifeblood of your soldiers. Your goal is to wipe out the Tan Army by traversing through 15 levels in this suburban home, climbing to the attic where you can finally defeat the Green General who went tan.
No, I'm afraid so.
In 2004, I was lucky enough not only to have a GameCube, but also to discover one of my favorite games of all time. My brother and I would sink hours and hours into this game, doing the main storyline, playing great battles where you fight all over the house, or trying to complete levels while just sticking to one type of troop. This game was a staple of my childhood, and so much so, my brother and I would still regularly quote to each other, "Low plastic." One of the things you'll hear pretty constantly if you suck at the game. Which, let's be honest, I probably do.
Low plastic, low plastic, low plastic, low plastic.
Compared to most real-time strategy games, this one is pretty simple. I really like that part of it though. You don't need to memorize 50 keybinds and jump between 20 different groups of troops. Most of the time you just grab all your troops and then throw down a forward assault, blow up the main Tan base, and you're good to go. I've played this game on and off for years, and I actually still have my save file on the GameCube, which is a feat considering how many times I've sold my GameCube just to repurchase it a little while after. I've always considered it my favorite game for the system, but recently I got it on Steam and I decided to give it an honest playthrough on PC. And since I'm an adult, I challenged myself to get a gold medal on every level. This should be easy, assuming I can actually get the game to start. Since the graphics drivers for this game are older than HDMI, it doesn't really play nice with my 2080 Super, but after 5 to 10 minutes changing the display resolution back and forth from 720p to 1080 to 2K, the game finally loads and I get filled with nostalgia.
3DO.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
If you never played this game, those intros probably don't mean anything to you, but they always really remind me of all the fun I've had playing this game over the years. Getting to play this again, I remember why I love it so much. The concept is fantastic. You print your own army men and vehicles from a stockpile of plastic and electricity, collect more by harvesting from household objects, and determine what the best way to beat any level is with your limited resources. There certainly are some challenges, but it's so fun to play through a level. Maybe you lose miserably or all your troops get eliminated, but the next time you get to learn from your mistakes, take on the same battle again with a new outlook. Getting a gold medal on every level presents you with tons of interesting ways to play. Usually you're limited in the amount of materials you can use, you're on a strict timeline, or you have to seek out every single thing the Tan have built on the map, or even quashing a bug army. I smashed through the first 8 levels pretty easily, as I've done several times before. Each time grabbing the gold, mostly on my first try, but sometimes on the second. But there's something I haven't mentioned. Of all the times I've played through this game, probably 8 or 9, including the most recent one on the PC, I've never made it past level 9. Most of the levels up to this point were simple, along with their challenges. Cross the backyard in under 7 minutes, grab all the bonuses in the basement, kill all the cockroaches on the kitchen floor, take over the PlayStation 2 in the living room. But level 9 was different. You come upon a not Lego village, and they offer you all the plastic you'll ever need as long as you can give their people safe passage. In front of them lies a vast road traversing the living room, littered with battalions of Tan soldiers. Well, great, I'll just build a massive army and take them down, easy as that. But there's a catch. You don't get to decide when or how the villagers move. After what seems like only a few seconds, the villagers will just blindly travel up the road in packs of 3, completely unaware of any threats that they face, and if one of them so much as scrapes their knee on the way to the promised land, bye-bye gold medal. And to top it off, you have to keep your spending under 10,000 plastic too. I don't know what came over me, but for some reason I just walked all over this level on PC. After so many years being terrorized by it, I passed it up in 2 attempts. My vendetta against the fistful of plastic was finally vanquished, and I couldn't be happier. I finally got to explore the upstairs. The last 6 levels were even more fun and insanely creative. There's one where you're stuck on a bathroom counter and only a few troops with no bulldozer to build a base. A massive map where you have to stop a train delivering supplies to the big tan base. A rescue mission for the Ant Queen, who's been under Tan control, and thus explaining the frequent run-ins with ants throughout the game, finally leading up to an epic conclusion. Skip to the end now if you want to play this game for yourself, and you care about spoilers. It's only $6 on Steam, and I can't recommend it highly enough. But anyway, you finally make it to level 15, and you're dropped into a massive tan complex. There's constant onslaught from troops on all sides. Plastic and electricity are readily available, but you better be ready to fight for it. I built up my army, and I was nearly overwhelmed on several occasions, but I made it to the center of the compound where General Blitz resided, the legendary Green Commander who'd gone tan and taken over this suburban home. He's sitting surrounded by acid launchers that will bring an entire army of your strongest soldiers to its knees in seconds, and it honestly caught me off guard. But I was able to eke out the gold medal after 2 tries. I mean, this game is made for kids, wasn't it? So that's it. The game has its 20th anniversary in about 6 months, and I hope you might give it a shot. If you like Army Men or real-time strategy games, this contains hours of fun, and even if you're not into those things, it's a pretty cool place to start. I had an absolute blast revisiting and dominating one of my childhood favorites, and if you're still here, thanks for hanging out and listening to me gush about this silly little game. As always, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you're new here and you want to hear more about games I like, hit subscribe. I've been Jamster, and I'm out.